live. Bear with me. Working without a net, people. I just want to make sure that I'm actually showing that I'm live here. Bear with me. Just want to make sure I'm showing live on my end. Okay, perfect. It looks like I am. Beautiful. Okay. Figuring this out as we go. We're doing it live. So anyway, so yeah. So what am I going to draw tonight? I don't really know. I figured I'd start just doing some doodles, and just kind of warm up a little bit, try some things out, and then see where we go from there. If all else fails, I do have an original character of mine for my comic book. This guy right here, his name is Domini. He is a barbarian type character. So if I do get stuck, I might draw him as a backup, but otherwise, I'm just gonna do some doodles and see where it goes. See where it goes. Yeah, and just gonna see if anybody decides to pop in. Yeah, again, I have no idea who this is. I'm just loosening up, trying a few things here and there. This guy just going like, oh my goodness, something just really bad, something crazy just happened. Oh no, oh no. And then we'll have him like out like this. He's like pointing. Somebody help that guy. Or whatever. Somebody help them. And he's all like, what? What? Oh my god. If you know that reference, then we can be friends. Let's give his hairs all like flaring up. He's like, oh no. Oh no. What is happening? Oh no. You gotta make noises while you draw, otherwise it doesn't count. Hey, I actually have someone watching. Thank you. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Just, yeah, this is not anything serious. I'm just kind of goofing around. I don't know, he's doing like the whole, oh no! Eyebrows way up here. I'll just go like so. Maybe he's got a suit and tie on. His tie is just flailing. I don't know. He's gonna have some real nice pants on, some nice shoes. He's all like, oh my goodness. And by the way, out there, yeah, if you're having any time, if you need me to turn the mic up or turn the mic down or anything like that, let me know. I only need 3 knuckles because one finger is already in use. Like, what is that? What is that? You know what? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's, just for funsies here, let's go ahead and take him. We're going to shrink him. We're going to put him in the back here. Like so. And then we'll have some like rubble going on. And then something else. We'll see. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let's try this. Check a little bit more. Bring him down here. Like, look, over there. Over there. What could it be? What could it be? Maybe. Just maybe. If I can remember my buttons. There we go. Okay. Maybe. Just maybe. We got. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do. I don't know. Well, we got that Superman movie coming out, right? So maybe we could do a Superman catching something. I don't know. Okay. He's just like, oh yeah, maybe he's like punching some bad dude. He's like, not today, you evil fiend. If he doesn't say that in the new movie, I'm going to be disappointed. Just saying. So since that arm is forward, the leg on the same side, you generally want going backward, and then the arm on the leg on the opposite side will go forward to match. That's just kind of a standard thing. We'll put his other arm back here. And then what is he punching? What could he possibly be punching? I don't know. Let's say. Tell you what, let's try moving him up here a little bit. That is one beautiful thing about digital, is you can just do that. You can just move things around. Although on traditional paper, it's, I usually draw pretty light, so it's not a big deal erasing. Let's see. I'm literally making this up as I go, so bear with me here. You know what? Let's undo that. Actually, I don't know if I like him being up. Okay, or not. Let's see. There we go. So we got him right here. We can have his cape kind of flying like that. And then we'll have something here that he's hitting real hard. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't even know who this would be. I don't know who this will be yet. I guess we'll have to figure that out at some point. For right now, I guess I'm just kind of getting poses and placements and stuff. Yeah, this stage of the drawing is meant to be pretty loose and sketchy and a bit messy, Details and whatnot will come later, so don't worry about them now. And I admit I'm guilty of often jumping to details way too quick. So yeah, you just don't need to. shoulder a bit farther, which will allow the back here to show more. And that'll allow that arm to kind of come back. But, you know, at the same time, I kind of want to show that S on the chest. So if he's kind of like this, and I'm just like, boom, boom. And he's got the S right here. He's like, oh. This guy's like, ah. And he's got a tooth flying out, some spit. Soups hits hard. Kind of, you know what? I'm kind of thinking I might make this Doomsday. Maybe. I'm just thinking about it. Of course, I'm going to have to look up some reference for him because I've never actually drawn him before. But let's just pretend this is Doomsday for now. And he's got those little spikes on his cheek, or on his chin, rather. You guys are like, oh my goodness. And then you got a couple other people here going. Yeah, maybe she's a little farther. Yeah, maybe we'll have a woman here. She's a little farther back. She's going like, oh my God. She's panicking with one hand, but of course she's got her phone out. In her other hand, recording. As you do. This is kind of fun, actually. I'm trying. We'll have some rebel here, like they've been fighting, and these guys are like, "What is going on?" Let's see. Yeah, I'm hoping that Superman movie coming out is good. I'm curious. You know, hey, James Gunn's done some good stuff in the past. I just, you know, it's kind of funny to me that most of the marketing seems to be more James Gunn focused than Superman focused. So, who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe it could be good. I really hope it is. Yeah, get that cape just whipping around. And this arm back here. He's ready to punch again. He's like, ah. Yeah, I gotta look up some Doomsday reference here. Bear with me. Working without a net, people. Let's see, Doomsday. DC Comics. Just want some images. Oh yeah, he's got all those bony spikes and stuff. Yeah, he's kind of cool. He's cool. All right, does he have ears though? Doesn't look like it. Kind of. No, okay, yeah, no, the references. Yeah, I see him here. Okay, yeah, no ears. It's all about the. It's all about them spikes. Okay, I can work with that. I can work with that. Let's get some buildings in the background here. Like, oh no. Let's put his giant fist here, like, oh no. Ow, that hurt. Because I like Superman punches really hard. I don't know, something like that. What do you think? Okay. Just a rough block in. Kind of faking a 2-point perspective here. Let's have a dude just running. He's just like, forget this, I'm out of here. Forget this, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I don't want none of this. I don't want none of this. All right. Okay, so now that we've got this scribbly mess here, we can kind of start cleaning things up, making it look a little bit more, better. A little bit more understandable as to what's happening. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shrink. I like to convert. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. So we'll just go ahead and reduce the opacity quite a bit. And then we will make a new layer. And we will try to make some sense out of this. So let's do a little bit of work on Superman here. Now, none of these lines here are going to be final. They're just meant to kind of add a little bit more structure, I guess. Because that first stage is very gestural, very loose. Just kind of figuring things out. And then now this stage is where we actually start taking that real scribbly searching mess and then add some structure to it, try to make some sense out of it, and try to make it, look like something interesting, hopefully. And then we'll do all the final details when we go in the inks. I don't know. I plan to go a couple hours, so we'll see how far we get on this. This is turning out to be a little more of an elaborate piece than I originally intended. But you know what? Hey, that's fun. See what happens. We just started drawing a scared dude out of nowhere, just for giggles, and then all of a sudden now we got this whole giant scene out of it. Yeah, that's what's fun, when you let your brain just go do stuff. So he's all like, yeah. I think actually, tell you what, I'm gonna shrink that down and bring fist out like so. I want the fist to be kind of bent, like, yeah. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. I want it to be something like that. And his abdomen kind of curves like that. And he's got all that stuff going on. And of course, he's super jacked. So we'll just hint at that a bit. Okay, now this is where I really need to start. I really need to collect some Doomsday reference here, so bear with me one moment while I do that. I got this great app. If you're not familiar with it, it's called PureRef. I'm not sharing it on the screen right now. I probably should. Maybe next week I will. Yeah, it's this cool little app. It's free, so you can just use it to save reference images of whatever kind, and it just always sits on top of your window, no matter what else you're doing. So it's pretty handy. It can be quite handy. Let's see if I can just get a good one of another view here. Oh, that's like a cyborg Doomsday. Interesting. Because why not? Let's see here. Yeah, so far all these are just him just lunging at you. Let's see what else he's got. I don't know. I think I can work with that, actually. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. All righty. So, oh yeah, he's got a real fun, monstrous face. That's just going to be a blast. Okay. Now, since we got a bit of an interesting angle on him, a bit of a strange angle, we're going to kind of box this out a little bit just to simplify it. It's not a whole lot different than what I'm doing here. I just kind of block, just using simple block shapes to kind of help get the perspective, make sure I'm not, letting the face get all lopsided, which, believe me, it's amazing how easily that is to let happen. That's one of the beauties of, being able to flip the canvas, like you can digitally. Traditionally, you can either hold it up to a light or a mirror or something like that. It does the same thing. Just kind of lets you see when something isn't working. But let's see. I'm going to have here now. I want him to look down more because he's, I want him to look down more. There we go. Because his punch is coming down, so I want his face to kind of replicate that. To represent that, he's looking down, so he's going to have big ol' got that real tiny little monstery nose, and he's got the big mouth. Big toothy mouth. sometimes can be fun is kind of to draw a little circle. I'm gonna build this up here. He's got real sharp cheekbones. Kind of give way into this kind of. Right, just kind of like that. Yeah, just gotta get into it like you're a monster. I am a monster. Yeah, he's gonna have a little tiny nose. That's a sign of a. Yeah, that's a great design. Yeah, that's a great common design thing. Yeah, when you're drawing monsters like the Hulk or, any kind of demonic or hulking type creature. Yeah, just tiny eyes, tiny nose, giant jaw. In this case, giant mouth because he's got that big toothy bite to his mouth. And then just a whole bunch of spikes. He's kind of, looks like some of them kind of go upward, kind of go in, some go downward. Let's see here. Yeah, I want this brow. This is kind of a tough angle, so bear with me here. You're kind of watching me live as I struggle through this. Let's see here. So I kind of want his chin to come out. So his chin to kind of come out like this. They have these really sharp cheekbones. Got these big bony eyebrows. He's got this kind of bony ridge on his forehead above his nose. Yeah, see, some version have his nose covered in that bone stuff too, and others don't. It looks like that one with the bone on the nose looks like that's less common, so we won't do that. I think we're going to make that mouth a little bit bigger. Yeah, so this version I'm looking at has him doesn't even have lips, like the teeth are just part of his skin, which I kind of like that look actually. It's kind of creepier looking. It's a little more monstrous. All right, let's stick with that. He just doesn't even have lips. It's just nah. And then so we'll get the chin shape in. No. We got his trapezius muscles. And the deltoids are going to kind of do this thing. Yeah, maybe we'll just leave leave his arm running off the page. Maybe he just doesn't need his arm there. I don't know. We'll keep that in our playbook. We'll tuck that back in our playbook here. And then it looks like he's got some hair kind of hanging off the side like that. Or is that his other side? Man, that's the other side. So hair kind of flailing back. Actually, it looks like, yeah, this version here, this one's a toy I'm looking at. It's a sideshow collectible toy. And he's got like a braid or something. Like his hair's all in a braid. I don't know. I kind of like that. So maybe we can, let's try that and try giving him a giant. Maybe it all kind of pulls in like this. Something like that. And then I don't know. We'll deal with the hair stuff in a minute. in a minute. All right, so I just want to make sure. And I know he doesn't have ears, but I'm just putting it there for my own sake of landmarks. We'll cover that in a minute. And if your drawing doesn't go through at least one point where you think, oh, this is terrible, I've completely forgotten how to draw, there's just no way this could possibly look good, then you're not doing it right. Every piece of art goes through that. So I'm kind of at that at this stage where I'm just like, well, what is happening here? Because this is a tough angle. So just trying to bring it back to the roots here. So we got that. Yeah, so the neck comes back here. The neck would come from behind the head. I don't care how buff you are. It is going to come behind. And then his other shoulder is going to be like that. His back is going to come like this because he's spinning this way. So maybe, yeah. So we need his other shoulder. There we go. So the shoulder comes here, so it's kind of keeping that momentum. Okay. All right. I think we're on to something. Yeah, we're doing all right. All right. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's give him the little diamond traps. He's a big dude. Okay, so now that we more or less got the shape of the face pretty well set up, now we can go ahead and start adding all the spikes. And he's going to have some big spikes right here. You know, I don't think I've ever drawn Doomsday before, so can't promise I ever will again, but you never know. You never know. I do like drawing monsters, so monsters are, I do enjoy good monster when they come in there like and stuff. It's just, it's fun. It's fun. Hey, someone else is watching. Hey, How are you? Thanks for coming by. And yes, this is an absolute mess right now. And it's probably going to be for a good long while, but hopefully we'll get somewhere. We'll get somewhere. Um, just tuning in. I started out randomly with drawing. Hold on. This dude. I just kind of started out with him just because I didn't know what else to do, so I just drew him randomly. And then I just thought, oh, well, what is he scared of? And so then I shrunk him, move him in. Superman and Doomsday, of course. So, naturally. So anyway, so that's the rough look right there. And then this is me trying to clean it up a bit and trying to make it actually look like something. Uh, and he's got some spikes on his shoulder or his eyebrows. This guy's just spikes everywhere. Bony spikes. Oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for stopping by. I'm like 1 second away from going full Bob Ross mode. Yeah, here's a happy little chin spike there. Yeah, you know what? That was so much fun. Let's go ahead and give him a friend. You know me. I believe everyone needs a friend. A lot of happy accidents here. So that's for sure. All right. Kind of clean the neck up a bit. The big sternocleidomastoid. There's a word for you. It's the neck muscle. It's a big hero muscle. Connects basically the side of the head, goes down to the clavicle. If you really want to make your characters monstrous, just make that muscle huge. I really want to make this traps just gigantic. So seventh cervical vertebrae, deltoids. I mean, this isn't really an anatomy lesson. Well, I guess it kind of is turning into one, but there you go. So let's see here. Oh, well, you know what? He's got all these spikes on his back anyway, so who cares? You know what? Let's just start giving him just these big old dinosaur spikes. Little spikes here and there. And a little trick, because the way these are drawn, it's meant to look kind of random. There's all these different little shapes. Sometimes it can be hard to make things intentionally look random. But I've learned this from other artists that I've studied, and I've tried it, and it makes no sense, but it works. Is you have one big thing, a medium thing, and a small thing. And as long as you repeat that, it works. It makes no sense. But like, yeah, if I do a small thing here, a medium thing here, another big thing there, another big one here, another small one here, and so on. I don't know. It makes no sense, but it just works. And so I don't question it. I just accept it and move on. Because it's just, yeah. So anyway, so we got some spine. Let's see. Let me just make sure I got a line for a spine so I know we're going in the right direction. Spine. I just don't want them to look like little shark fins. They're supposed to be like bony, kind of spiky protrusions, you know. So it just looks like only Superman could punch him and not hurt. Because with all those bony spikes jetting out of his face, yeah, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't want to punch that. Yeah, and I tend to jump around. I don't like to focus on one spot too long. Yeah, it's this concept of, trying to bring the whole piece together all at once. So the idea is you just kind of, yeah, jump around wherever you feel like. It's like I'll focus on these a little bit. I'm a little stuck on how I want those to look, but at least I got them placed. So now I can jump on to something else, which will give me a chance to, get something else done, but it also kind of clears my head a little bit, so that way I can come back to this area with, fresher eyes. And, yeah, so when I'm doing pages, things like that, that's kind of how it works as well. I'm like, this area in particular is really stumping me in terms of how I want it to progress. So let's try something else and see how it goes. Oh, man. And then there's an example of doing the flip and seeing how it's not terrible, but seeing how crooked that face is a little bit. Yeah, I think I like that a little better. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little better. Q-Q-Ka-choo. That's right, no ears. No ears. He's all spikes. It's all hard edge crystalline spikes. And looks like he's got some hair here. Kind of coming off to the side. Of course, this hair would be getting whipped back because of how hard Superman just rocked him. So this is how hard. Yeah, so this is going to whip back. So that's another cool thing we can use to kind of show off the energy of what's happening. That's one of the reasons why, a lot of superheroes back in the day had capes. I mean, one of many reasons. Or, female characters having long hair. It's just kind of a cool element you can use to kind of show energy and direction. It's kind of like a freebie, which is pretty cool. So like I got Superman's cape whipping around back here. You can also use it to hide a lot of things, which is always nice. But I'm sure nobody ever did that. Let's just beef up that arm a bit. Get the tricep in here, the elbow, glove in. Yeah, I think the face looks relatively spiky-ish enough. Well, actually, let me spike up that eyebrow a little bit. Those eyebrows a bit more, because they're starting to look a little too much like hair eyebrows, and can't have that with Doomsday. So let's try here. Let's go to spark, big one, small one, small one, big one, small one, medium one. Small one, or big one, small one, medium-ish one. Kind of let these come back like so. There we go. Yeah, I also don't want to round these eyes out too much. I want to have a little bit of sharpness in the eyes because he's a, he's a monster. He's a monster. Hard edges are for, or soft edges are for cute things. Soft, round edges. And, sorry, Doomsday, but you are definitely not a cute thing. You are a monster, sir. You are getting properly dispatched, as you should be. And he's got a bunch of spikes. Yeah, the shoulders are all varying sizes and I was thinking about trying to draw this guy panel to panel, page to page, man. Woof. Respect. Let's see here. But yeah, I guess I was talking about that Superman movie coming out. Maybe that's why I subconsciously started drawing them. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll admit I was kind of mixed on the Zack Snyder Superman. I mean, I thought Henry Cavill was phenomenal casting for the character. I don't know. I didn't hate Man of Steel. I mean, I didn't love it. I don't know. I'm just hoping that for the new movie, they keep up, or they bring back, or keep up, or however you want to put that goodness, that optimism, that hopeful nature that he's supposed to have. That's just really integral to the character. I hope they really let him be optimistic and heroic, pulling cats out of trees. And, there's one shot in that trailer that they've released so far of him, running in front of and protecting that little girl from the big explosion. He hugs her and blocks the hit for her. And it's like that so far is the most Superman moment that I've seen. Yeah, who knows? So here's hoping. I have hopes. High hopes or low hopes, I don't know. But I definitely have hopes. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, look too much like an ear. Okay, I am going to ink this, so I can do a lot of this stuff in that stage and without having to get too bogged down here. So, I just want to make sure everything else is, yeah, that hair's not really reading well. So let's go ahead and try. Let's kind of whip it. Ding, ding. Whip it good. So whip it into shape. Ding, 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 ding. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I meant. Okay. You know, tell you what, he's got that bald head except for that little trail of hair on the side. Is that 20? Yeah. Let me try messing with the hair again. But you know what? I want to look up a little bit more reference here. I wonder if that is everywhere for him or not. So bear with me here. Doomsday BC. I mean, I do have the Death of Superman comic book in my collection, so I probably could just go look for it, but you don't want to just stare at my chair while I go do that, so we'll just go ahead and do the good old-fashioned internet. Let's see here. Yeah, here's an awesome one with just his, it was kind of got his hair flying. This one's got a little bit of hair. This one doesn't have any. This one doesn't have any. So there are some that have no hair at all. There are some that have the ponytail. There are some that just have his hair kind of cut to the side. Looks like the original one did have some hair coming off. That little white clump. Little white clump of hair. Okay. All right. Let's... So it kind of goes like this, and then it's got hair, and then it just kind of... Let's do the ponytail here. He was a 90s character after all, so we'll give him a ponytail. There. There we are. There. Okay. So, there we go. We got Doomsday more or less where we want him, I think. Then now let's go ahead and get on to Superman here. There's not a whole lot left on him outside of getting that pose and then doing his face. Now because of that angle, he's not going to be getting a whole lot. I just kind of want to get his angry eyes. Longer nose, square chin. Give him kind of an angry frown. He is furrowing. A lot of brow furrowing. So much brow furrowing. Okay. Yeah, and see, this is the part where I struggle a little bit with digital. It's like, how far do I zoom in? How much detail do I get in there? Because when you're drawing it, on the paper, that's all you got to worry about. So that's one struggle section for me with drawing digitally. But, you know, make it out. You figure it out. Okay. It's kind of hard to tell that. That's a fist. Yeah, so it's coming in like boom, boom, boom. Something like that, maybe. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I see someone's actually watching. Hello. How are ya? Glad to see ya. Just doing a good old-fashioned Superman beating down on Doomsday here. It's in that rough stage where it looks like an absolute mess, but hopefully it'll turn into something as we go. Let's see here. Just trying to get that punch to look right. That hand there. We'll just kind of give him some form. Let's see here. Then we will go. Oh yeah, let's get back to these guys. This guy, I kind of refined a little bit more before I even started anything else. So we'll just kind of trace him a little bit. We'll just kind of trace him. Let's see. He's all like, oh my goodness. He's all like, oh my god. We got a big fight in Metropolis. Again. That's a thing. You know, that's a thing that I always find that kind of cracks me up. It's like when you live in, Metropolis or Gotham or anything like that, the citizen they always seem surprised when they see Superman throwing down with some giant monstrosity that's leveling the city. They always seem surprised. It's like that seems like that happens every other week here. So like it should be kind of old hat for them, don't you think? I mean, I'm not saying just being like, "Oh, get over it," but come on. It's like every other day you're walking in or driving into work and all of a sudden there's another thing trying to destroy, blowing up a building, or another monster, trying to sink the city or whatever. Superman's doing his thing, throwing down with him, causing all kinds of havoc. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. And it's like, why? Why can't you believe this is happening? Look where you are. You're literally in one of the most, superhuman ridden cities ever, God, could you imagine what the rental insurance would cost in Metropolis or Gotham? Every other day, something's getting wrecked by some giant superhero beatdown. Again? I should do that as a story sometime. Someone probably already has, who knows, I'm sure. But like some newbie comes to town, and there's like some big superpowered throwdown going around, and he's all freaking out, and then the friend he's with is like some metropolis born and raised native, and they're just like, oh yeah, that's a Tuesday, just step over here. Yeah, just watch your step over here. Yeah, I'll be over soon. Yeah, first time, huh? Oh yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah, want some falafel? That'd be kind of funny, I think. I don't know. That's just me. My friends and I have this joke that if we tell a story or something like that that falls flat, we always follow it up with, and then I found $5. And then we all go, oh, well, how about that? Yeah, I'm not going to give him a ton of contrast because he's meant to be kind of in the background. So we'll just keep him back there. And then now we can work on the girl with the phone. She's kind of doing the same thing with her hand here, like, no, I don't want that because I don't want her mimicking him. I should have her back to. I should have her back to all of this and like filming it in like selfie mode, live streaming. So she's kind of holding it like this. So yeah, doing this, like holding the phone. So that means these fingers would go here, and then the thumb would go on that side. There we go. Reference. Let's give her like a business skirt. And we've got a bunch of rubble here that she's kind of staying in between. Let's give her like a Veronica Lake kind of haircut. Like, what is going on? I'm like, what is going on? What's going on? What's going on? So I'm not going to pretend to be a fashion expert. We're just going to make something up here. For some reason, I had a strong temptation to give her like those 80s, 90s shoulder pads. I never understood those as a kid. Like I'd see those in the laundry at home, like because my mom used to wear them. And as a kid, I was just like, I never understood. I'm like, why? What's the point of having padding on your shoulders when you're not playing football? It just didn't make sense to me. But that's just me. And it wasn't just her. I mean, a lot of people did, but because that was the thing back then. Look at me. I'm rambling again. I want to turn her head a little bit more. There we go. Make it look like she's actually looking. Well, she'd be looking at her phone, not the. Yeah, she'd be looking at her phone, not the whole. Yeah, I'll just have her. Yeah, she's just super. Maybe she's the native around here. She's just like, I've seen it all before. Seen it. Again? Or maybe she's going, awesome, I finally got to catch one. Since I got his hair flying around, I kind of need to do that with hers too. She's like, hey. Talking it in, yeah, probably streaming somewhere. I think I caught something like that. Then we got this dude just flat out just noping out of here. I am done. I am out. He's like, get out of my way. Feet don't fail me now. God, that John Williams theme, man. That was awesome. Okay. So that's going to give us room for debris, all kinds of crumplings and breaking stuff, and blah, 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 blah. And then maybe we can have a couple of these being broken. That'd be kind of fun. Kind of like, and then like some chunks. There's like some chunks coming off. Some of the. Yeah. Just hear Doomsday just going, oh. You know what? I don't like the runner guy. Let's just get rid. Let's just get rid of that. Okay. Now we can work on getting some background stuff in here. Hello, hello. Looks like we got a couple people watching, so thank you. Thank you for coming in. I hope you are doing good. Yeah, this piece is turning out to be a bit more elaborate than I was expecting to do when I started streaming. But hey, you know what? This is fun. So I don't know if I'll be able to get this whole thing done tonight, but figure we'll see where we go, and whatever we don't finish up, we'll pick up with next week and see how we go. Figured why not? Okay. Oh yeah, this guy. Okay, so his thing in there. So then the hem of his pants should be like. The cuff of his pants should like be blown in the wind. Should be like plastered, and then his face. It's like going, oh my god. John Williams, man. Bum ba bum ba 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 bum bum. Yeah, I'll probably do most of the building stuff in the ink stages. I'll probably just do a John Byrne like dry brush thing where you just kind of dry them off. You know, you just kind of do a big shadow in the top, then you just kind of fade the shadow out in the go as you go down. So they just kind of they're there, but they kind of just disappear. It's a good old fashioned technique that seems to work rather well. So yeah. So I think let's see if we go ahead and take this down. You know, that's not too shabby, not too shabby at all. Oh, hey Kendra and Terry. Hey, how are you doing? And Mom and Ken. Wow, everyone's watching. How are you? How are you doing? Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming by. The whole family is here. Perfect. Just in time to watch me screw this up. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kendra, I heard you were going to Tennessee. That's awesome. So you're all moved in now and everything? And for the record, I'm not pretending to be a fashion expert, so I'm just going to assume that this lady is wearing some kind of business skirt of some kind. So feel free to judge me if you want to. Alrighty. A month. And then another Airbnb for a month. Ah, gotcha. Airbnb surfing. I gotcha. I gotcha. Regular Bob Loblaw or Bob, what's his name? Bob Loblaw's Log Blog. That's a great show. Kudos. Kudos to that one. Bob Ross. Yeah. I'm rocking my Bob Ross. Just a happy little scared guy right here. Just a happy little scared guy looking just sitting there pointing. Just pointing away. The little thing that's just terrifying him. Hey, Mom likes my artwork. Thanks, Mom. But seriously, thank you. Thank you very much for coming by. Not to sound too Elvisy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that's about all I want to do at this point. So you know what? Let's go ahead and leave this down. Oh yeah, for those that are just kind of coming in, that's how you paint a tree. I'll have to. Yeah, I don't know if any trees would survive a fight with Superman and Doomsday, but maybe. Okay, sorry, Bob Ross side. People got me going. I'm a huge Bob Ross fan. It's mostly family watching, so that's not a shock to any of them. my favorite thing is his is like there's one he's done it a couple times where he's painting a seascape or like this river going through these woods. He's talking about how great it would be to fish there, and he's just going, oh, I love to fish. He goes, I never keep them though. I always just pull them out, take a picture with him, put a little bandit on his lip, give him a little pat in the toot toot, and send him on his way. Absolutely love that. I'm on the big screen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How big are we talking here? Didn't think that far ahead. My cousin is texting me pictures, apparently, of me on a big screen. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, well, hey. You know, the whole Pixar didn't happen thing, it definitely did happen. So there, now I have proof. Awesome. Okay, well, tell you what, let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit, add another layer, another happy little layer here. We'll go to inks. My inks, there we go. Nice black ink. 65-inch, wow. All right then, okay. Well, I'll do my best to prove worthy of a TV that big. So now we're going to do some inking. So now this is a stage where we pick the final line work. So, inside of that big screen. Oh, so you're outside in Tennessee. How hot is it out there? Because I know today here in Nebraska where I'm at, we're having a pretty hot day today. So couldn't imagine in Tennessee what that would be like. My best Bob Ross. That's what I'm going for. Oh man, could you imagine if Bob Ross drew like Superman fighting Doomsday? I don't know if he was even alive when Doomsday came out, but he might have been. That'd have been pretty awesome. So here, basically just a bunch of, a lot of spikes. Trying to make that look like bones and not like anything else. Yeah, just kind of ridge that up a little bit. I don't know what whatever the perfect temperature is, that's what it is. Okay, all right. And no mosquitoes. All right, so now you're just bragging. Okay, yeah, hey, that's fair. That's fair, I'll allow it. I will say though, Nebraska compared to Michigan anyway, I haven't really experienced too much of a mosquito issue as much. But that's good. That's good. Yeah, nothing trying to less bloodsuckers the better, I say. Okay, all right. Let's give these spikes a break and just do some other stuff. Make his nose. Pop out. Big screen is awesome. Thanks. Not really into West Nile. Yeah, me neither. It just doesn't sound very appealing. Feel bad for people that live in the West Nile area. They're like, no, guys, really, it's not there's more to it than just that, but that's what everyone thinks, you know? It's like, I don't want to go to the West Nile. They're like, no, it's not all just mosquitoes and death. I mean, I'm not going to pretend, I'm not a geology expert, so I don't know, but who knows? I don't know how entertaining it is to watch me just inking spikes the whole time, but hopefully it's better than getting bitten by mosquitoes and getting West Nile. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, happy birthday. Yes, my birthday is coming up in a couple of days, which is crazy to think about. It's funny, I completely forgot until like I got a notice from Amazon that you're gonna have a package delivered on Thursday, and I was like, oh, funny, June 12th. Hey, that's my birthday. Oh yeah, wait, that is my birthday. And you're like, oh, okay. Let's see. Sitting right next to Kendra using on my YouTube monitor. Oh, thanks. Don't worry, Kendra. I forget my own birthday. I can't expect everybody else to remember it either. I'm only good at remembering completely useless information. Like the fact that in Monty Python, the Holy Grail, when he said, there are some that call me Tim. There are some who call me Tim. That was a complete ad lib because he completely forgot the actual original line because it was a classic Monty Python thing. Um, like typical, like just forever line thing, but he just forgot it on the take. And so all of a sudden he just went Tim and then everyone just ran with it. Again, useless info. I remember that. So who's this guy, the Spike Dude? This is a character called Doomsday. In the 90s, they were trying to figure out a way to bring up Superman's sales because they were tanking a little bit. And then during one of the meetings, when they were picking out story ideas, someone just said, you know what? Why don't we just kill him? And everyone was like, all right. And this was the 90s when everything was super extra gritty and whatnot. So Doomsday was created. He's some kind of alien super weapon creature thing. And basically, yeah, he was sent in to. Well, I forget. You know, it's been a while since I've read that comic, exactly how he got to Earth. But anyway, he was not meant to ever be found because the people that created him realized he was too dangerous, so they shipped him off into space and just hope for the best. But of course, he never stayed hidden, so he ended up trashing a big chunk of the Earth, basically. And then he was basically fought Superman to a standstill, and then Superman, being Superman, miraculously sacrifices himself to finally defeat the this character, Doomsday. And of course, unless you're Uncle Ben or Batman's parents, nobody stays dead in comics. So they eventually brought Superman back, as they do. But which actually, to be fair, that was actually done pretty well. But they kept him dead for a good year or so. So they had a bunch of other guys, like Steel, which they had a movie made back in the day starring Shaq. Classic. Big metal dude. It's an idle bunny rabbit. Just an idle bunny. Oh, yeah, it's just a little rabbit. Is Doomsday Man out of Kryptonite? No, he's not. He's just really strong. I forget exactly. He's got some kind of super ridiculous healing factor, and he's just like, he's one of those guys, like, the more he fights, the stronger he gets. He's not entirely organic, I think. He's got a lot of, like, alien genetic tinkering. Like, he was designed to be some kind of, like, ultimate weapon. And then, of course, they realized they couldn't control him, and he's more dangerous for them to keep him, and they couldn't kill him, so they just did the only sensible thing and just shipped him off the world and let him be somebody else's problem. But it is actually a cool book. If you ever get a chance to read it, The Death of Superman. I know a lot of people joke about it because, it was kind of the beginning of the, killing characters off for temporarily to boost sales, only to bring them back, quickly after. But it's actually a really good movie. They actually, kind of. He's a mindless beast. He doesn't really think. He just kind of just fights and just goes and destroys, and that's just the way he is. He's there. I would say, he fought Superman to a standstill, which is very impressive, especially when you consider 90s era Superman. Although they did kind of tone him down a little bit in the 80s. As the guy famous, John Byrne, who's a legendary comic creator, famously said, "It's really hard to challenge a character who can destroy the planet by listening hard." So they did tone him down a little bit, but he's still, Superman. He's still a beast. So the great story is, Superman being the hero that he is, knowing that the final blow he needs to give Doomsday to finally put him down is going to be the basically the death of him. He knows he's not going to survive that hit and that attack, but he knows that everyone's depending on him, and more people are going to get hurt if he doesn't. So he goes and does it, and it's actually a really good, pretty well done story. So Hulk smash, yes. So I know that's one of those. Ever since Doomsday came out, that's been one of those eternal nerd fan debates of Hulk versus Doomsday. I know. I mean, with any of those fights, it all just depends on who's writing it. But I don't know. I would like to give it to the Hulk. I don't know. Does Darkseid ever works with Doomsday, or is that different? Well, I mean, they're both in the DC universe. Actually, that'd be interesting. I don't know of a story where they did that. Oh, and he also knows she's watching. Okay, well, hi. On the convertible watching. Okay, you're not driving, I hope, and watching at the same time, because that's not safe. I kid. I know she's not. I know she's driving responsibly. But actually, that'd be interesting. The thing, I don't know if, that'd be interesting. The tricky part for Darkseid would be controlling Doomsday, because Doomsday doesn't really, he just kind of acts. He's kind of a force of nature type character. He just shows up and he just goes. He's not really a you can't just give him orders or train him to do things. He just goes. So I'm sure Darkseid would find a way, but inevitably there would be inevitably it would bite him back, and Darkseid would regret his decision to ever have dealt with him. So that'd be interesting, actually. That's a good idea. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've drawn that story, or since I've read that story, so I can't remember all the details. But I honestly didn't even expect to be drawing Doomsday today. for those just kind of jumping in, it all started with this dude right here. Hold on. And the replay will be on here if you ever want to see the whole thing. I started with this guy because I just didn't know what to draw, so I just started making scribbles, and I just thought, this guy's screaming at something. Ha, ha, ha. That's funny. And then I just thought, well, what's he screaming at? Then it just kind of turned into, oh, you're right, Superman. And Superman's punching something. What should Superman be punching? Oh, yeah, might as well have him fight Doomsday. So that's how that turned out. So this is all kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. But yeah, it is a good book. I do have it in my collection, but I'd have to go looking for it, and you guys don't want to just sit and watch my chair while I do that, so I won't make you. So I started the stream at 6 o'clock Central Time, just thinking, why not? You know, just picking a random time to try out. It seems like, since everyone's coming around 7-ish, 7:30-ish my time, maybe I should start a little later in the evening, maybe. My goal is to make this a regular weekly stream. So we'll figure things out as we go. What do you guys think? Starting a little later maybe might be a better idea? I don't know. Thanks, Jake. No, it's 7:30. Time zones. Think you're always right. Oh yeah, Tennessee's on the Eastern time, right? Problem. Yeah, I'm assuming. Just happy with spanks. Sure, kids go to bed. Works best for most. Okay. Yeah, I might. Okay, yeah, maybe next week I'll plan on starting around 7 Central Time and see how that works out. Bob blah blah of the internet, or the other Bob. Got ourselves an Arrested Development fan over here. Which I am too, so that's fine. Only the original 3 Central Time in Tennessee? Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, what do I know? Not that, apparently. So I'm going to get this a real heavy line because I really want it to look like that cheekbone is protruding. And then, let's see here. Let's see here. That's a later. Yeah, I guess that's why I'm surprised by that. Because, yeah, I guess that's why I'm surprised by that. I just thought where Tennessee is, it would be on Eastern time, but huh? Fair enough. And yes, the replays will be live. So or they will be up to watch afterwards. So for sure. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Middle L-O-K-Y is where the line is. Okay, Kentucky. Gotcha. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Good to see you. And you know this character was made in the 90s because he's got a ponytail. Like every good 90s character did. I don't like that being that way. I love it. The whole family's here. I love it. I love it. There's this digital artist. He's a 3D sculptor. I've watched a few of his live streams. Uh, his name is Paul Deasy. He's from Ireland. And so I'm resisting the urge just be like, hey everyone, how y'all keeping? How y'all keeping? Hello there. Hope you all are doing well. You need some, yeah, there we go. Oh, hi to Ryan and Jackson. I gotta tell you, I've just been talking to myself for the last hour, so this is much better. I talk to myself anyway when I'm drawing, so. But it's at least, yeah, at least someone else here. Listen, so this is cool. This is cool. You know, let's give this guy a break. Let's go. Let's give Superman a little bit of a... Get him going here. And for those watching, just to let you know, in case you're interested, YouTube won't let me put in links to external sites for whatever reason in the live streams until it does some kind of verification process thing. I don't know, but I did open an Etsy store. I'm trying, to hopefully sell original art. The link to that is in my YouTube channel. Also have a link tree in there. I do have some original stuff on there. And if anybody is interested or would be willing to share those links to people they think might be interested, I'd very much appreciate it. I'm going to be trying to update that every week. There's this live stream I follow called Graybeards. They meet every Wednesday and they do a theme every week, and so I do those traditionally and post those. So that's where most of those are on there, and I'll try to do a few more throughout the week as well, in between drawing comic pages. But yeah, and I'm always open to commissions too. So if anybody has anything they want to draw, feel free to ask, let me know, and tell your friends. I know I said I was going to give Doomsday a break, but I guess I'm just having too much fun drawing these spikes. Trying to really make that scream look like it's something. And I am going to fill that mouth in a little at some point to really make those teeth stand out. So you can get his knee going. Let's get Superman's face. I'm kind of picturing this as like Superman's going, not like last time, Doomsday. This won't be like last time. Let's see here. That face looks weird, so we're going to fix that. Bring the eye over here more. Hey, a little less weird. I know that looked like something. Hope it looks like something. Oops. Don't know what it looks like, but it looks like something at least. Superman's got to have the spit curl. Yeah, we got to get in the eyebrow. And we'll just get rid of the bridge altogether. Since he is so small on the page. I don't know. There's something about that face. It's just not. Something about that's bugging me. That works. Superman's got to have the. He's got to have the spit curl, and of course, getting that right is easier said than done. There we go. Oh, thanks, Ken. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking it. Yeah, that's nice of you to say as I'm screwing up this face. But thank you. All in all, yeah, I think we're onto something. I think. Oh yeah, it looked like I was gonna have some spikes kind of flying off here, like he had a couple knocked loose by Soups' punch. Actually, we'll just, you know what? We might just shade it in, and then I can do a little bit of a. Oh, you know what I could do when I color it? I can make these red, like he's firing up his heat vision or something. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. You are very kind. Let's see. Kind of like that. Yeah, see, that's a thing about digital is you find yourself zooming in way more than you probably should, doing all these little details that are never going to show up. But it's fun to do. It's fun. So, great setup for live stream. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Um, so, my story with these two here, at least in my own head canon, is they're, I don't know, they're either friends or business partners or whatever. I haven't worked that part out. But she's pretty much born and raised in Metropolis, and this dude's visiting. So this whole giant beat down going on. He's like, oh man, what's going on? This is all new. Oh no. And she's all like, seen it before. At least I finally got to see one in action so I could film it on my phone. She's just totally like, this is normal. So that's kind of my little headcanon going on here. Actually, yeah, maybe you guys can help me out. Should they be like business partners? Should they be like brother and sister? What should their relation? Or should they just be complete strangers? I don't know. What do you think? I keep forgetting that I can rotate the paper, which is extremely helpful for setting up for inking. When I'm inking traditionally, I'm turning that paper like crazy. I keep forgetting I can do that digitally for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, she's gonna have her hands like so. Just looking, she's gonna be like almost bored. I'm like, okay, fine. Like again. Make that form actually look like a form and not like a Twizzler or something. And of course she's gonna have, I don't know, does she have button-up cuffs? Well, she's wearing a skirt. She's probably not gonna have long sleeves, I'm assuming, right? I don't know. I don't pretend to be a fashion expert. There are girls watching. If you're wearing like a business skirt and shirt, would you have long sleeves or would those be short sleeves as well? Help a guy out. I'm going to assume short sleeves. Classic comic trick. Debris, so you don't have to draw the feet. I guess I could look up reference for that, but I don't feel like it. And again, his pant leg is kind of getting blown around because of all the excitement happening here. Knee length and jacket over short sleeve for business. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Jacket over short sleeve. So she would have. So we'll give her a jacket. Yeah, I forget. I think there's a little bit of a delay between when you guys, like whenever I say something and when you guys see it. I think there's like a 30-second delay or something like that. I gotta learn to be more patient. I've done long sleeve and short sleeve, more cardigan or something over a top. Okay, okay. So if I gave her a long sleeve with like a business skirt, no one's gonna go, oh God, what'd you do that for? Fire her immediately. Fashion faux pas. Okay, we'll say her hair is kind of blowing in her face. Just kind of. I can imagine. Well, I appreciate the effort it took. All right. So I have never claimed to be a fashion expert, even less so with women's clothing. Man, it could be windy out. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm going for. It's like I'm just figuring like even though everything's whipping back this way, the opposite direction, I'm just imagining like his hair's getting flung up, his tie's getting flung around, so naturally her hair's going to get flung around with it. And of course, she's just bored, filming it on her phone. Figures she's a native of Metropolis, so this is just another day for her. Whereas this dude's like a tourist, or just visiting, so he hasn't quite experienced a superpowered rumble before. Give her a collar, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. I mean, she's not gonna be that big in the drawing, so she doesn't need tons of detail. Wow. Can I do like a Veronica Lake thing? Oh, I don't know. Nah. I missed the ponytail thing in the 90s. I know he's. Oh, I remember the ponytail thing as a kid, and even as a kid in the 90s, I don't know. I always thought ponytails were interesting choice, let's just say, for dudes. Though I admit, Uncle Mike, I would love to see you with a ponytail. That would be quite the sight. Let's see. She's going to have a big camera slot right there. Wait, hold on. So she's holding it like this. Okay, so I thought there was something weird about that. So yeah, so her fingers would be holding it like that. And then her thumb, yeah, okay, and then the thumb would be on this side. Right? She's holding her phone, going like, ha. Yeah, okay. Sure, let's do that. Okay, cool. Reference. Not enough hair left for a ponytail. Not with that attitude, there isn't. As long as you don't do a man bun, I'm okay. Okay, let's talk to her. Let's go ahead and get some more work on our scared guy here. Thumb's supposed to be on the left. You know what? You're right. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I wrestled with that beforehand. And, yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you. I've been overthinking it, I guess. There. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Watching me struggle with this in real time. Woot woot. Contrary to popular opinion, I am not perfect. Yeah, I got, okay. I'll keep that. I want to keep that the same. Ta-da! Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Debating about giving his tie a pattern or not, but I don't know, man. That size maybe might be a little too much for how small he is on that page, but I don't know. For some reason, the idea of giving him one of those like paisley designs on his tie, for some reason, that thought just makes me chuckle. I'll just black that out. Let's see, how long have we been going here? All right, well, just hit the 2 hour mark, but you know what? I am having fun, so I'm going to stick with this for a little while, if that's cool with you guys. A while longer. At least maybe get these two, at least get the lines in, do the cape and probably the buildings, at least get those started, and then probably call that a night for now, and we'll just pick up with this next week. We're all singing Star Wars over here now. You're welcome. There's a great old video on YouTube. It's real. So you're talking probably 2007, 2008, something like that. This guy, he did a acapella a medley of all of John Williams' themes, but the lyrics he wrote were all about Star Wars. But he sang all the parts and just layered himself over. How long from this process before it's colored in? Oh, that's gonna be a bit. Maybe next week when I pick this up, I might be able to finish the buildings up and get some color in. But it's definitely not gonna happen. Definitely not gonna happen tonight. Coloring is that's a process in and of itself, especially digital, because you can do anything. But anyway, yeah, so if you ever get a chance, check out, like, there's a great old video. I think it's still on YouTube called John Williams is the Man. It's just a lot of fun. Kiss a Wookiee, kick a droid, fly the Falcon through an asteroid. You know, all that fun stuff. He sings a lot better than I do. There's so many things. Get ready for the next Superman movie. You won't believe your eyes. It's funny, I've mapped all the keys on this controller myself, and I still forget what they are half the time. Every time I start the Superman theme, Uncle Mike finishes it. It's because he's a man of good taste. Can never go wrong with John Williams, my friend. Now it's stuck in my head now, so now I don't even realize I'm starting it half the time. Dun, 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 dun. My voice doesn't go that high enough to complete that whole thing, so I'll spare you that. Yeah, thicken that eyebrow. There we go. So it really reads like, oh no. That's right, it was Superman, not Star Wars. Now I'm singing them both. You're welcome, Uncle Mike. You're welcome. Now, I don't know if any of you are like that, but like, I'll just, out of nowhere, it'll be a song I haven't listened to in years. And it just out of nowhere just gets in my head and just won't go away. And when I say it's in my head, like, it's just drilled into my brain and will not go away until I listen to it all the time. Yeah. Bum, ba, bum. Yep. I gotta tell you, man, when it comes to John Williams, I don't know. I keep going back and forth. Like, obviously, the Star Wars stuff is amazing, but I keep going back and forth between some of the Jurassic Park stuff, or that Superman theme. Ah, so good. Jaws theme. Oh yeah, that's a great one too. God, that's a great one. Yeah, can't go wrong with John Williams. Looks like he's lost the tips of his fingers here, so let's fix that. And the good thing is, since he's smaller in the frame, we can get around. Dotson! See Dotson here! nobody cares. I don't know why I was laughing. I think of that bit. Oh no, Mr. D&E. Theme in 2 notes. There you go. Sometimes less is more, you know. Oh, what's that phrase? We just finished Jurassic Park. You're welcome. Um, ah, Hey, Uncle Mike, you're music people. You might. What's that? It's not a dissonant note, or like when you have a note and then another note next to it that sounds like almost uncomfortable. Is that the word dissonant? Which was why which is why the Jaws theme work, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe I'm just completely wrong, and I'm just making something up. You should live stream your reactions. I'd love that. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Of course, that would cause me to sing even more because I just want to see how many times I could get you to dissonance. All right, awesome. Thank you. So I was right. Ha. See, I remember some things. Donuts don't wear alligator shoes. If anyone's ever seen that movie, then I would be very surprised. I don't know where that line came from. Every time I draw shoes, I think of that line. Donuts don't wear alligator shoes. Darken that line up a bit. A little bit of thick and thin lines here just to kind of make them stand out a little bit more from the background. There he is. Fiendish Dr. Wu. This guy gets it. I won't quote the rest because my family's watching, but it's a great movie. I threw that vote even in the room. Okay, I think that's enough for that guy. Well, you can always add more spikes. I think he might be getting close to having enough. I mean, I wouldn't want to punch him. I feel like that would hurt quite a bit. All right, let's just get these buildings in, then we'll do that cape, and then we'll probably call it good at that point. I'm completely faking this perspective, so don't tell anybody. maybe this building got a little trashed or something. Maybe it's just like from the fight, and there's like smoke coming off. Yeah, looks like they've been going for a while. And then you can have all this fun with just wild debris everywhere. Okay, we'll go with the cape. I don't know. Let's just kind of go like so. Like so. And we'll just add a couple little fold lines. He doesn't need, those don't need to be there. Call that good. And this cape needs to be thicker so it doesn't get confused for being part of the building. I don't like that big sharp point there, so we'll round that out a little. Since this is cloth, we'll kind of let it round out, and then we'll just kind of. Now we're singing the Brahms lullaby over here. Don't ask me how we got from John Williams. Brahms lullaby. That can't. I can't. I'm trying to think. I know that name sounds familiar, but I don't have that one offhand. I'm sorry. I think I'd be more prepared if I were taking requests. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then next week I'll kind of brush those buildings out, add some big black area, bigger black areas, just to kind of solidify things a bit. And yeah, I call that spot the blacks. Get that filled in here. I can put a lot of black on him. Goes da 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 da. And sound from oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, okay. I get it. When you put it like that. That also makes me want to do the na 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 da 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 da. Yeah, it's too bad you can't sing through YouTube chats. That would that would be most helpful. Speech to text. Kendra out there throwing some shade. You know, it's the thought that counts. We'll give him you know, F for effort, as they say. Yeah, and this is where it turns into Bob Ross Happy Trees mode. You just kind of zone out and go, oh yeah, that looks much better. Having those solid black areas. Awesome. Okay, well, you know, I think that is a decent spot for now. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and I won't make you sit and watch me fill that in, but I'm just going to go ahead and mark that so I know for next time. That's my plan. But anyway, yeah, I think that's probably going to, excuse me, be a good time to call it. So thanks everybody for watching. I will definitely be back next week. And yeah, and once again, I'd like to just plug some of my stuff if I could. Social media stuff will be in the description in my YouTube channel. As soon as I can upload links to the video, I will. Yeah, happy teeth, happy gums. Yeah, but just let you know, I do have an Etsy page. The link is in there where I've done stuff like, you know, this guy right here. Look at that big old orc dude. Yeah, and a few other things. So if you're interested, all that stuff's for sale on there. Or if you know anybody you think might be interested, please share all that good stuff. Then based on the feedback, it sounds like 7 o'clock Central Time, so maybe an hour later than when I started might be the better way to go. So we'll try that next week, and yeah, we'll do that. So yeah, it was fun. Thanks everybody again for stopping by. This was fun, and yeah, I'll see you all next time.